Hey guys, the topic we're going to discuss today will be social networking and you and or your relationship. This is a big topic because, you know, social networks such as Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, they can really affect your relationship if you don't use them wisely. You know, they're for networking, for contacting people you haven't seen in a while, but as we both seen before, it can also lead to relationship fails and a lot of this drama in your life. So we're going to just talk about very briefly about this subject. Now, for me, you know, we see, especially for fellas and the girls as well, when you update your status, there's a lot of people putting their business all out on the internet, and it's not a good thing, especially as far as being single. That could hurt you, you know, the status you put, because a lot of women and a lot of men put things that degrade the other sex, and, you know, talk bad about people. You know, you just don't want to come off to people, especially the people that don't know you well. You don't want to come off as a drama, you know, a person that is always around drama. As far as relationships wise go, it's a lot of people that we've seen putting statuses up about their partner, you know, and their partner might not have a Facebook or a Twitter, but, you know, they give them an outlet when they're arguing or something. They put their business all out on the website, and now, you know what they're going through. And I don't think you should really put your business out there, especially in a public forum, for other people, especially that's not family or just friends or just strangers, to see your business on your relationship. How do you feel about it?
I feel the same way. I see so many people on social networking sites such as Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all these different things that were created so that people could keep in touch and things like that. I see people taking it so far, putting all of their business out on these social networking sites. Us being very private people, and I don't understand why someone would want to put their business on blast for everyone to see, for the whole world to see. I don't think that people should put their business with their relationships and things like that out on blast on these social networking sites. I think that that could potentially hurt you in your current relationship or your future relationships, because if someone happens to see your Facebook page where you were bashing men or putting your ex-boyfriend on blast, they're going to think that you would do the same thing to them. So even if they were interested in pursuing you or dating you, that's going to really scare them away. And from a professional standpoint, when you think about people trying to get into colleges or people trying to get jobs, and if the job asks if you have like a Facebook page or any type of like website, because that could possibly hurt you from getting a job opportunity or a business opportunity, because no company really wants to lend their name to you and have you representing their company when you're just reckless with what you say on social networking sites. We live in a digital age and a digital era where these things can come back to haunt you and come back to really bite you in the behind, because you're putting all your business out there on the internet. And once it's out there, even if you think, oh, I'm gonna delete this status or I'm gonna delete this tweet, it's out there forever. Even when you feel you deleted it, it's something that can follow you for the rest of your life. Especially young people out there, I think you guys should definitely be careful and be mindful of what you put on your Twitter or your Facebook page. We all want to vent and talk about what we're going through. Before you put that on your Facebook update status or whatever, or your Twitter update, try to consult with your friends, with someone close to you, and vent to them one-on-one, where you can really get genuine feedback from someone that cares about you, rather than putting your business out there for anyone to just weigh in and tell you about the situation. That's how I feel about social networking sites. I think we should utilize them more so for what they are: social networking, keeping in touch with friends or family members that maybe live in other states, or maybe you don't get to talk to as much, or just updating on what you're doing and, you know, things like that, rather than opportunities to bash this one or bash that one, or, you know, tell the problems that you're having with your boyfriend or your child's mother or father. Like, that's how I feel.
It's just embarrassing, especially if you're on the other end of it. For example, let's just say you put a status up talking about somebody. Let's just say a girl puts a status up talking about her boyfriend or husband, just bashing them and saying all these nasty things about them. And then y'all walking down the street and I see y'all two and y'all happy, laughing and stuff, and he don't know what's going on. And I know the status you put on your Facebook or Twitter or whatever about him, and he just think he's in a good relationship, everything is good, and behind his back you're bashing him. And it could be vice versa about a man talking about his girl or a girl, and then you see them together laughing and she has no clue. It's embarrassing, because even though you don't know about it, like I still knew about it, and other people who's following you or friends with you sees it too, and it just makes everybody look stupid. It just makes you look stupid, you know, as the person who's getting talked about. Yes, this makes you look stupid, and it's not a good look out there, especially if you're trying to cover it up with happiness when you just bash someone on these social networks. So, and it's not, social networking is not, like she said, it's not a bad thing. It's supposed to be a good thing. We turned it bad, and we turned it into a negative thing with all these hateful comments or status updates about people and things or what you're going through. Just keep that all to yourself. It's still okay to pick up a phone and call your friend and talk to your friend about it. It's okay to pick a phone up. You don't have to put everything on the internet, like she said. You know, it's okay to talk face to face still with the person if you have a problem with it.
Like I said, everyone has moments where they just want to like vent, because I know that making YouTube videos and putting yourself out there on YouTube can be very difficult, because there will be people that like and love what you do, but then there will be negative people that don't like you or don't like anything that you do, and that's just life. That's going to happen in life, so of course it's going to happen in other avenues. So sometimes on my personal Twitter page, I may, you know, say a statement about, oh, why are people so negative and things like that. So we're not saying like don't tell how you feel on your social networking site. At the end of the day, it's your site or your profile or your page, so you can do what you want on it, but I just think it's best to keep it kind of private. Keep something to yourself. You can vent by all means, but I think when it comes to specifics, like saying someone's name, like such and such did this to me, and I just think that just looks bad. Not only does it look bad on the person's part that did you wrong, but it makes you look bad as well, because you're stooping to that person's level. We all have people that try to bring us down in life or that are negative, and just try to be the bigger person and just let it go. Don't let them win. Don't feed into it or stoop down to their level to do the things that they're doing. It's okay to vent your frustrations and to just be general, oh, I had a bad day or this happened to me. But for heavy things that are really personal to you, it's always best, even if you can't pick up the phone and call your best friend or someone close to you, there are such things as personal messages on Facebook, or, you know, DMs on Twitter, personal messages on YouTube. Utilize those. If you really want to talk to someone, just have someone that you trust from your social networking page and personal message them and just get advice if you can't talk to that person on the phone. That's much better than putting up, you know, a crazy or outrageous status on your page for everyone to see. At least that way it's between you and a person you trust rather than all over the internet.
And I know some people out there who's going to say, you know, well, it's mine. I can write what I want. I can type up what I want.
You can.
You shouldn't be on, you know, you don't have to look if you don't want to. But the fact is, you approve the followers. Well, not on Facebook, but you could, you know, delete or unfollow the people you want. You could delete the friends on Facebook who you don't want to see, you know, what you're going to be putting up if you know you're going to be doing that type of things. So, like I said, it's your page. You can do what you want with it. But at the end of the day, you can't argue with somebody about what you put up, because you put it up for everybody who's following you or friends with you to see. So don't go say, you know, oh, it's mine, I could put what I want. You don't have to read it, because obviously when you update your status, it updates to everybody who's following or friends with you.
And another thing about the social media sites and your relationship is, don't try to be slick on social sites, trying to DM people, trying to like cheat, or, you know, trying to do that type of stuff on Facebook or Twitter or any type of social networking site, because it's going to come out. Anything you do in the dark will come to the light. And I remember hearing that phrase or quote when I was younger, and it's true. It may not come out today or tomorrow, but eventually it will come out. And why deceive someone? If you're trying to pursue other people over the internet, on Facebook, having chat sessions, or on chat rooms, chatting it up with people, trying to meet with people and cheat on your spouse or your boyfriend or girlfriend, like, it's going to come out. Why even deceive someone like that? You hear about it, about people doing things like that, cheating on MySpace and then meeting people and all this type of stuff. Like, it's going to come out. It's not private. Things can be retrieved. Like, so don't try to do things on your Facebook page that you know in real life would make your partner upset. If you know that having private conversations and trying to talk about meeting up would be cheating and will cross the boundaries of your relationship, just because you're doing it over Facebook doesn't make it right. So a lot of people get caught up in that, trying to live like two different lives. Like, they're living like their Facebook life and then like their real life. You know, just keep it real. Like,
and speaking of living two different lives, it's not even in relationships, just as a person. It's a lot of people who are on these social networks pretty much fronting about things, you know. So, you know, they fronting. You see them putting up statuses, oh, I got this, I got that, blah, blah, blah. And it's not true. I don't know why people have to think, you know, have to live a certain way on these social networks. Like, just be real. Like, you know, if you at work, you know, if you work third shift and you at work, just say I'm at work. Don't say you at the club all night, you know, doing popping bottles, and you're not really doing that. You're at work.
Like at VIP parties, or, oh, I'm with Jay-Z and Beyonce, and you know you at home sitting on the couch.
Yeah, in your pajamas, like typing on your computer. Like, just keep it real. Just, you know, I'm at home chilling on Twitter, on Facebook, because that's what you're doing.
There's no need to try to have a facade. If someone can't accept you for you, who you are, what your income is, what your true job is, you know, what your real life is like, it's kind of sad that people would rather someone like them for being fake or pretending to be someone else than just liking them for themselves. Like, just be you. There's no reason to get up on these social networking sites and just try to create a person. You want to just be someone that you're not, just because you're like, oh, it's the internet, who's going to know? Like,
because it's going to be a time when they might want to meet you, and then what? You pushing a 600 Benz, what you going to do when you know, when you pull it up in whatever you really drive? Like, how you going to look when you do that? So, I mean, if you're single, by all means, mingle, you know. So, you know, it's a good way to mingle on these social networks, you know. But if it's in your boundaries as a relationship, if you want to talk to the opposite sex or what have you, then do it. It's fine. It's all about what goes on your relationship.
And definitely check out our video on boundaries. We had a brief discussion on like boundaries in your relationship and setting them and things like that. We know what works for our marriage and our relationship. We're not saying that will work for you and your relationship, but just do what works for you. And we're just here to like give our perspective on things. We're not telling you that what we say is the end all be all. Like, this is just our perspective and how we feel about things. So as my husband said before, if it works for you and you like the advice, take it and apply it to your life. But if it doesn't, brush it off. It's okay.
So we appreciate y'all for sticking with us. We hope y'all enjoyed this topic.
And definitely weigh in down below in the comments. Just let us know what you think about social media sites and, you know, these sites and your relationship, or just what you think about them in general. Just let us know below in the comments.
So, to our next video, we'll see y'all later. And
bye.